Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head over into the Ace matchup. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is the Ace between Team Liquid and Team Empire. Both teams will put in one player, and it looks like we have Empire Violet and Liquid Hero, and they will go into a best of 3. So it's going to be a best of 3 from here on out. And what do you think about these players that were sent in?
I think it was the right choices because CatZ already lost to Hero, and I think CatZ or Violet, depending on whether the other team's aces is Protoss or Zerg, is the obvious choice. I think I think if they thought that they were gonna send anyone by Hero, they might have sent CatZ, because CatZ's TVZ is just ridiculous. Even TVT, but yeah, I think Hero is kind of the obvious choice. By Liquid, he's been the most consistent player for a while, and he already beat CatZ, so Liquid's thought process had to be similar. Had to be like, okay, they're probably gonna send CatZ, let's just send Hero.
Yeah, and instead Violet is sent out. Now Violet obviously on a big run. We were actually talking about Violet before we actually even casted this, and Violet has been a monster actually recently. I remember playing with him actually, with TT1 and Kawhi Rice, people like that, and I remember him. He was a decent player. I didn't think he was like super top quality, but of course that was a while ago. And now he is really good, man. I mean, like I look at him and I'm like, I can't touch this guy anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The weird part is he wasn't that good while he was in Korea. Once he moved, he started getting really good. So it worked the other way around for him, I suppose. But yeah, he's a fantastic player. He's a great Zerg. So I'm really looking forward to this. And his CVP is exceptional. And so, same thing can be said for Hero. He's a fantastic player, and he didn't do that great in OGS. And when he joined Liquid, and when it's it's strange. Strange how that works.
I know, man. Now, a little bit of a change up here. This is something that we saw a lot, maybe months and months ago, but it kind of died a little bit, and now it looks like Violet is doing it. He's going for a gas pool, so he's getting that metabolic boost, and the whole theory about it is you're not really going to accomplish a lot with the metabolic boost up so early. Rather, you can get a very quick third. What do you think about this particular opening by Violet?
It ran out of fashion. I didn't know. I don't really follow replays. I don't really follow any of that stuff. I knew that Zergs did this. I never understood why. So I don't like it personally. I think it's a little bit silly. As you said, there's not much that he can accomplish with it. So yeah, I mean, it is a pretty big map though. So he might be thinking about proxy balance and just scouting better with the speed earlier on. I don't know. Other than that, I don't see many reasons. Unless of course Hero wasn't going for a Forge Fast Expand, which is super unlikely, especially on a map like this.
Yeah, obviously. Maybe it was just popular before when it was all gateway expansions. Maybe I'm just trying to grab a little bit there, but you can see that normally expansions, third bases will come down around 4 minutes 30 seconds. Not going to happen. Actually, a Baneling nest being thrown down, so we are most definitely going to be seeing a lot of Banelings, and this probe is going to get in here, and oh my goodness, he's going to spot out this Baneling nest, and that will be the key thing to throw down probably additional cannons, and probably put down a couple more pylons or something to wall this off.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Violet just canceling all of those lanes. I mean, he's going up against Hero. Like sometimes it will kill you to just overestimate your opponent. But in this particular case, Hero scattered a Baneling bust, and a Baneling bust as is should be not impossible to deal with. So I don't know, this is gonna be tough for Violet. He could aim for the Cyber Core, just kill that. I don't like that he's still producing links though. I think that he should be trying to transition out. I think that he should just try and kill the Cyber Core and be happy with that, but we'll see what he does.
Yeah, well, here we go. The first Banelings are gonna mosey on in, and what does he actually go for? The gateway.
Oh, not the worst choice. He hit both the gateway and the cybercore. That was good. I wouldn't mind him focusing down the cybercore. Oh wow, that sentry's outside for Hero. So that's a little bit of a mistake by him. And
but now
again,
Violet is just running away, and I have to think this is terribly incorrect at this point. Just because you're basically going to let all the cybernetics core, the cybercore and gateway actually.
Yeah, all the shields are gonna grow back.
And you notice you can actually. Is this right? I saw on Reddit that you can actually chrono boost. Yeah, you chrono boost out your cybernetics core and it actually gains its shield a lot faster. So if he just chrono boosts out both of these, he'll be at full HP pretty soon. And it's like those Banelings never even happened, man.
Absolutely, he just wasted a bunch of Banelings and made a ton of links for absolutely no reason. I think that he really needed to kill that cybercore and delay the warp gate as much as possible and force him to make another cybercore and then get back into the game. The two things that I don't understand so far is I can live with him not canceling those links and just being like, okay, like maybe he won't will in or something like that. But just, I don't know, he made more links and then he, I don't know. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I mean, especially with his opponent seeing exactly what he's doing in that beginning stage, I would have just, like you do this. I actually commented on you in a ZVZ that you'll go right in front of your opponent's base and just show Banelings and then cancel them directly after. You did that in the ZVZ, I remember. And that's exactly what he should do. Just go in front of your opponent's base, make all those Banelings right in front of them, and then cancel them. He's still going to have to make all this stuff, you know? He has to. He has no choice. So I would have loved something like that and just do a little bit of mind games, force indirect damage to be done on his opponent, like obviously make a lot more cannons and delay the tech, that kind of stuff. And then you just drone up from there, and it kind of equalizes, even though, well, it doesn't equalize 100%, but at least you're at equal drone counts to probe counts, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. This could be much better if he just killed cybercore. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, that is such a long time that it takes for him to rebuild a cybercore and restart the warp gate tech. You know, and that could have bought him time to take a third and drone like crazy and have a chance at catching back up. As is, Hero is ahead, and you know, I mean, like Protoss ahead, not like, you know, like he's barely ahead in supply. Maybe he's barely, or he's one probe behind, but he's pretty far ahead.
Yeah, yeah, and he's doing absolutely correct too. Look at this, he's going up to the Robo Tech. He has a ton of gateways down. How many gateways is that actually? 7 gateways out on the field.
Thousands.
Thousands, yes. And he's getting his third base, so he's just continuing his lead. I think if he just techs up to Colossus, he'll basically be in a position where his opponent really doesn't have any more unit compositions that can actually kill him. I mean, the only thing he has to worry about is something like Infestors, I think. Obviously, he is going Infestors, but Infestors are definitely those units that are more cost-efficient than anything else that the Zerg can do, in my opinion. But a small contingency of Zerglings move over to the bottom. They're going to be scouted out. Look at this. He's actually tracking them with a Phoenix. That is so sick.
Yeah, that's so clever. That's amazing. Yeah, hallucinated Phoenix to track where the Zerglings are. That's just genius. I haven't seen that done enough.
I've never seen that before. That is absolutely the coolest thing in the world. And
pretty
now
cool.
Gonna pick off this one Overlord. Nope. Nope, he's not. All right. He sees the roaches. I mean, basically everything Violet is doing has been scouted already. He already saw it. Now Infestors are out on the field. There's a lot of Infestors here. But I'm telling you, as soon as something like Colossus are researched or produced, he'll be absolutely A-okay. I don't think he has anything to worry about as soon as you get Colossus. But there we go. Colossus are.
I mean, even before, he's pretty safe. He's staying on the chokes with his army.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's just doing a great job. He's just making sure he keeps that advantage. His third is faster than Violet's. And Violet hasn't been taking enough risks, I feel like, to try and catch back up. You know, like this is not just anyone that you can just play solid against and come back because you're the better player. This is Hero, so
exactly. I mean,
you know, I feel like he should have tried to cut some corners there, maybe hold off on making so many units. Maybe just rely on infestors and spines and try to saturate his third a little bit faster. You know, by now he could be okay, but he didn't really cut many corners, so as is, it's pretty difficult. It's gonna be pretty difficult for him.
Yeah, I was gonna actually talk about that because I thought the spine crawlers were incorrect, just for that very same reason. But here we go. The engagement is going to start over here, and the infestors actually get zoned out really nicely. Now all that's left are these roaches that are just consistently prismed. These force fields.
Force fields, man.
Absolutely devastating his opponent. There you go. I mean, those are the type of battles that Liquid Hero can expect from here on out, or really from before, because there's really no answer, seeing that the tech switch is going to be constantly swayed back and forth. Now you can see Spire goes down. He needs Corruptors desperately, but by that time, I feel like Hero should be preparing for just a vastly different army composition that requires something very different from the Zerg.
Yeah, I don't think that Hero is gonna add too much. I don't know, many
more.
Many more Colossi. Maybe he'll stop at 4 or something like that and start adding additional gateways, and just to have that power to reinforce. 4 is a pretty good number of Colossi in PvP, even 3 is a pretty good number, 2 is a pretty good number. Large numbers though can be countered by tons of Corruptors.
Yes.
Whereas if you have to keep the Zerg guessing, Roach armies are incredibly heavy on supply, so they die pretty fast if a lot of your supply and your money is entertained in Corruptors.
Yeah, I think 4 is like the magic number in PvZ. That's what I've seen do so well. It forces your opponents to go Corruptors, but there's a lot of chances that they overmake Corruptors. Here we can see the last battle probably is going to end out
more
right
than likely,
here.
Yeah.
There's the blink forward, the slow blink forward that just...
Really nice fungals, though. He might be able to hold this.
It's going to be tough, man. And here's the reinforcements that come in.
Yeah, there's the reinforcements.
So another Colossus adds to this, and there it is. GG. And Hero will take game number 1.
Yeah, in that last engagement, Violet a little bit slow with the infestors to cast the fungals. I don't think it would have made a huge difference, but maybe he should have tried to cast those fungals at the choke. And yeah, again, he needed to cut more corners and maybe just rely on things like fungal, like you were saying, like the infestors are going to be incredibly cost efficient units, and they can potentially put you back into the game if your opponent, like, it's not like they don't have a counter, but say like if you make a ton of infestors and Hero doesn't make any High Templars, you stand the chance, and Hero didn't make any High Templars, so sometimes you have to take risks like that, and Violet just didn't take any.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. That's why I was saying, like, the 3 spine crawlers in the beginning were kind of weird, just because you're behind. You might as well go ahead and cut as many corners as possible. Do something crazy, like just go mass circlings and then get, maybe even triple upgrades. Melee, missile, and carapace. Do that. Get your infestors out.
Crazy.
Something like that, because if any pushes come, you're kind of screwed. So just forget about the pushes and just say, okay, let's play for a period in time where I think he's going to just wait till. If you just prepare for that, play super greedy, don't worry about any pushes, maybe at that point you can catch up just by being brutally efficient. It's like going all in upgrades almost, if you want to call it like that. But he just wasn't able to get there. He just played standard, and of course Hero has just wrecked him. So any last thoughts about that game?
No, I think we said that everything throughout the game.
All right, so let's go into game number 2 in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after the break. It's going to be Empire Violet up against Liquid Hero. Game number 2, Liquid up 1-0. Don't go anywhere.